Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications, as I'm here always to create new contents for you guys. Okay, in this lesson we're going to start polymorphism, and which is really related with the inheritance. Let's create a new solution, new project, and please make sure you are in the development branch. Add new project, console application. Next, YouTube, C Sharp, Polymorphism. Hopefully I typed correct. Next, great. Okay, let's type our title, polymorphism. Okay, what is that polymorphism? If you remember our previous lesson, guys, we always creating our classes, creating a reference and creating an object and matching these two. Let me show you again to remember our, to refresh our memory. Class A, let's type a class B. So normally, if you would like to create a new object and assign it to a reference, a test new A. So this is our created new A object, and this is the name of our variable. So we assign it to our variable. So we able to use this test reference to reach methods of a class. Same as the B. Let's type for B. As you can see, we create B here. What if I would like to create a reference which is related to A object, and if we created a B object to try to assign on this variable, as you can see, we got an error. Cannot implicitly convert type B to A. It is same error if we would like to create an integer and try to assign a data which is string. Let's type here string. Now let's see the error. As you can see, we have implicitly convert type string to int integer error. But there is a way to assign those classes between or to each other. Let's make a command line here and new classes much more meaningful names. Class base class, and let's give a property base prop, and let's create another class which is called derived class, which is going to use base class for inheritance. Let's give a property, and let's give a name base derived, not base derived, derived prop. Perfect. Now let's try to create a base class test, and this is a reference, and let's create an object from derived class, and let's see, do we have any error? As you can see, we don't have an error because derived class using inheritance from base class. Okay, I'm going to take a print screen and I'm trying to explain visually to make you understand much more better, guys. Oops, why I'm not able to. Let's move. Perfect. Okay. So let's draw a square and let's consider it is base class, and let's create another square. This is the derived class. Why base class located inside the derived class? Because we use an inheritance. When you try to reach base property from base class, you will able to reach it. And if you try to reach base property from derived class, from here, you will able to reach it because derived class cover the base class because of the inheritance. Okay, let me show this again. Let's create BC base class. By the way, you don't need to type base class if you're going to use the same type both sides. BC dot base prop, for example, 2. But you don't able to reach the derived class, right? It is located outside of the base class. Yes, let's type the derived class now. Let's say DC and create a new object, and we able to reach base property again, and also be able to reach on our derived property, which is proves our theory, what I told here. All right. So how is going to help us to understand polymorphism? Now, if you remember, we create example to understand polymorphism. When we try to reach properties from our test, I only able to reach the base property. Let's go back our section. So we created, let me show you. We created a derived class object. This is physical object which is created by our code, and it's appointed to the base class. So that's why we able to just use base class property, not the derived class one. So what if we try to derived class test to base class? It's not gonna work. We have implicit error again. So why we get this error? Because in this section we are trying to create a base class. Yeah, we're trying to create a base class and trying to appoint outside of our border. This is our border. As you can see, derived class able to appoint in its border, but we cannot appoint out of our border. You can make a visualization in your mind like that. So basically, if a class using an inheritance from another one, we can create an object and define our reference like this. Okay, let me delete this one. But there is no point. I'm creating base class test with a derived class object, but I'm able to use just base class property. So why I'm not using this creating method instead of that? So there is a way to convert our classes. Let's create a reference new class, and we have a test reference which is created base class, but the object is derived class, right? So we can cast it. If you remember, we can cast our integer to long, long to integer, if you remember. Now we're able to do it same with the objects. Let's open our parentheses. So I would like to cast to the derived class my test object. Now I'm able to actually my test object. Now I'm able to reach my properties, both properties from my derived class. Okay, this is how polymorphism is working, guys. All right, I'm going to finish this lesson here. Hopefully you understand, and I'm going to commit my changes with polymorphism. We are in the development. Perfect. Let's commit all, save and commit. Close that one. Switch to domain. Right click on development. Merge development into domain when there is no conflict. Perfect. And it's done. If you remember, I made an additions. Let's have a look how it's look like now. As you can see, class additions lesson located between constructor and class lesson. This is exactly how I want it looks like. So if you would like to see the lesson, what I did in this class addition, just switch the class addition branch from here, and you're able to see the codes what I did our previous lessons. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much watching my videos, and if you like my videos, I really appreciate it, and it really motivates me to create the new contents. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to drop comment below the video. Take care of yourself. See you later. Bye bye.